Oh, you ever have one of those days where nothing seems to go right for you? Everything seems to be all screwed the hell up. Well, I've had one of those days today. I mean, I swear everything is just not working right. I tried to record this with NVIDIA, but for some weird ass reason, NVIDIA doesn't want to work. I'll even show you. Pull that down a little bit so you can see if this damn thing will load the fuck up. Right here, it's supposed to have a little tab below this notifications thing that says privacy that'll let you record your fucking screen, but unfortunately, that ain't working for me. Oh god, where's the X on that? There it goes. And so I have to record this with this app I bought a long time ago called Action, which actually works pretty well. I can't bitch about it too much, but in the meantime, I went and tried to renew my license today. And there's this problem right here where if I had just a regular driver's license, I would be grandfathered in because I got a license in 2000 the first time in Virginia, and that's how that would work. Unfortunately, because I would be grandfathered in if I had a regular driver's license. Unfortunately, because I have a CDL, now all of a sudden they want to copy my fucking birth certificate, and they haven't said shit to me all these years. I mean, I've renewed my license at least 3 times since 2004, and they ain't never said shit to me until now. And now I got a few days to get my license renewed, and I can't fucking do it because I don't have my damn birth certificate. I wasn't going in there for a damn real ID or anything like that. Just to renew a CDL that I have a perfect driving record on. I've held for 20 fucking years, and now all of a sudden I can't fucking renew it because I don't have my birth certificate. I can't, prove my legal presence. It's bullshit. And I fucking argue with the people in the damn DMV for, I don't know, like an hour or something like that. And I'm like, the 14th Amendment says that we have to be treated equally under the law, yet this is not equal treatment. This is dissimilar treatment because of who I am as a person, because of what I do for a living. And that's just not fucking right. I don't know how many other people experience this kind of crap. I don't know if it's just a Virginia thing, if it's a fucking federal thing, but whatever. It doesn't matter. The Constitution hasn't changed. No matter whether the fucking, federal law has changed or not, the Constitution has not changed. And we don't have to fucking... legally I do not have to jump through any more hoops than anybody else in the world does. But yet this is an issue that comes up time and time and time again. Just because I hold a CDL, I did not give up my rights because I to do the job that I do. I did not give up my freedoms to do the job that I do, and they can't compel me to. But yet that's what this is, and I can't get my driver's license because of it. Now I gotta drive halfway across the fucking country to get a goddamn birth certificate to show these assholes, that I exist or whatever. What the fuck is a birth certificate? It doesn't show you shit. It doesn't mean shit. All it is a piece of paper with a name on it and a couple of fucking footprints, and that's it. It just proves someone was born with the same name that I have, and and the parents were the same parents that I have. It doesn't mean shit. They don't know that. I mean, I could bring in somebody else's birth certificate that has the same fucking name. I'm sure there's somebody else with my name out there. Matter of fact, I know there is. And it's just ridiculous that we have to do this. But aside from that, all I'm asking is that I be treated the same as anybody else. And if everybody else has this standard right here with this grandfather clause and whatnot, then why in the fuck do I have to fucking deal with this standard because I drive a truck? What I do for a living does not nullify my rights and does not allow the government or the fucking or any agency or anything like that to treat me differently under the law than anybody else. And this is bullshit. And I'm gonna tell you, the next time I go to the damn DMV to when I actually do get this damn birth certificate and take care of this shit, when I go to the DMV, I'm not just gonna give them my birth certificate without having a fucking argument with them. I will go in there and I'll I don't know if I'll live stream it, but I'll record it. I'll take my camera in there and I'll record it. I wasn't expecting this time, so I didn't bother to try to record it or anything like that, but I will be recording next time. And it's just, I don't understand how the hell these fucking tyrants get away with this kind of shit. I mean, causing people undue stress and fucking aggravation for absolutely no goddamn reason other than because we said so. Well, who the fuck are you to say so? How do you get off putting some sort of fucking extra requirement on me that nobody else has to deal with, or any laws really. I mean, it's just, every time I turn around lately, it's just one thing after another after another. These minority of people, a small tiny fraction of people, are putting their boots on people, on everybody else. I mean, you walk into the DMV, it's a line. It's like trying to get onto a roller coaster just to get a fucking number so you can sit there in a cattle car and wait. And they're just rude and nasty to you. And I was arguing with a fucking yes woman today, just like, yeah, no, I can't do nothing. I can't do nothing. That's the law. Fuck your law. Fuck your law. It's not constitutional. It's not legal. And just because it hasn't been challenged by in a court does not make it right. To fucking force somebody, force hardship on somebody because they want to fucking do. I don't even know why. What's the point in this? I have to prove my legal status or whatever. So what? I've never had to prove my legal status before. I shouldn't have to prove my legal status. Matter of fact, motherfucker, it's the goddamn government's job to prove that I'm not legal. If you suspect me of being an illegal immigrant or something like that, that's fine. But you've got to prove your fucking claim. And unfortunately, that's not what's happening here. I have to go and prove myself to them. I don't, fuck you. You work for me. You're my servant. Don't fucking sit there and try to put your boot on me. You don't have the right to do that. My blood pressure is through the fucking roof today. I just worked the fuck up because of other shit that's going on. But everything seems to be just fucked right now. And this is just one more fucking, just kicking the balls. And I swear to God, it's like, you try to live a decent, clean life in this world, and what do you get? You get kicked you get kicked down, and then you get kicked while you're down. And it's just frustrating as fuck. And like I said, the only thing I'm asking is that I be treated like anybody else. And that's what everybody else has to do. But because I drive a truck for a living, all of a sudden I got to do this. And I just don't see how they can make the legal determination that somehow the 14th Amendment does not apply to me because I'm a truck driver. That's the same reason I got arrested in Kentucky. That's the same reason I get pulled over without probable cause or reasonable suspicion. I mean, I didn't do a video on it, but I got pulled over back in November for a random inspection in Maryland. I didn't do a video because I've been sick and my voice has just been. I didn't have a voice for a long time. It's back now, but I didn't have a voice for a long time, so I didn't say anything about it and whatnot. But when I called up to file a complaint against the officer who pulled me over, the dickhead on the phone sat there and told me I didn't have a complaint. I'm like, I beg to differ, motherfucker. I do have a complaint. There's an absolute, complaint. You have no right to stop me and detain me without legal reason. You cannot pull me over unless you've seen me do something wrong. Yet for some reason, that's what happens. It happens every day across the country to truck drivers, everywhere, and we're just treated as if we're second-class citizens. Our rights don't matter. We don't. Not that they don't matter. We just don't have them. We just don't have rights. We don't have a Fourth Amendment right. We don't have a Fifth Amendment right. We don't have Sixth Amendment rights. We don't have any rights anymore. Our due process is gone out the fucking window. Your fucking, your right to privacy is gone out the fucking window. You have to rat yourself out by performing tasks to show them, what's not working on your truck or what is working on your truck. Whether, one way or another, it doesn't really matter. The point is that the government cannot compel, if they're following the Constitution anyway, but, they're not following the Constitution. But constitutionally, the government cannot compel you to bear witness against yourself or to incriminate yourself in any way. Yet for some reason, that's what happens on the sides of the roads all the time. And not only that, but just think about the image that it presents to people who don't understand that. Think about the image that when you see a truck, over on the side of the road with a cop, what do you think? Oh, he's getting a fucking ticket. Why? Because he probably drives like a jackass or something like that. It makes us look bad. That's a minor thing, but it's just part of a bigger fucking ball of wax that seems to surround this industry, and and that if you're if you're a truck driver, you're some sort of a second class citizen. And I am just fed up with the government and their horse shit lately. I'm so frustrated. I don't know where it ends, or where or how to make changes, because can't find a lawyer to do anything. When I did get arrested before, one of the reasons I didn't sue, and the statute of limitations ran out on it, is because I literally could not find a lawyer that would take the case, because they didn't see the benefit as far as money to be collected for them to be able to take on the government. And that's, even though it's a pretty simple concept, they know, fighting the government, getting a lawyer to do that, is very difficult. And that's something that most people don't understand. You see a lot of videos on YouTube where people are being done wrong by the cops, and a lot of comments like, sue them, it's an easy lawsuit. And like, it should be. It really should be, but unfortunately it's not. It's actually a very difficult lawsuit, and for the most part, you're going to get a lot of no's from lawyers. And because I'm out of state, wasn't in the area and whatnot, every lawyer I called some in Tennessee, I called some in Indiana, I called some in Kentucky. Every one of them was like, no, I don't want to take the case. No, I don't want to take the case. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I've been genuinely wronged in that situation, yet there's no recourse for me whatsoever. I'm just supposed to fuck it, deal with it. It's your problem. But anyway, that's all I got on that for now. I will be recording my interaction at the DMV when I go back, once I get my birth certificate. Fortunately, my brother, I ain't talked to him in years, but I called him today. But he's going to go and because he still lives in the state, and he's going to go and pick it up for me. They wouldn't let my stepdad do it because my stepdad's not, he doesn't have the same name, and my mother's dead, so obviously she can't do it. So I was kind of up against a wall there, and I'm thank God I don't have to drive all the way down there to pick my damn birth certificate up. But this is bullshit. It should not be a situation like this. It's so fucking wrong. And I just why didn't they say anything about this shit before? I could have had this taken care of. I could have gotten my damn birth certificate a long time ago. Right now, my goddamn truck is in the shop, broke the fuck down. I can't drive. I mean, I could drive my personal vehicle, but I don't want to spend the money. But right now, that's broke down. I'm kind of broke and whatnot. I don't need to take on these expenses and shit. And yet these bastards fucking, they don't give a shit. They're just like, yeah, them's the rules, and we do what we're told, and we're a bunch of fucking dumb sheep that we can't fucking think for ourselves. We can't look at it. Then when I brought up the 14th Amendment, that bitch is like, that woman at the DMV, she's getting all mad because I asked her straight up. I'm like, what if they were asking you, because you're black, that you had to do something else in order to get your license? That is the same thing. And yet she's like, don't bring up the race card. Don't bring up the race card. Don't bring up the race card. I'm like, look, it ain't got nothing to do with race. I'm just making I'm drawing a fucking correlation between the two, because that is what the 14th Amendment was all about. Was about treating everyone the same way, equally under the law. And yet, for some reason, now all of a sudden we have certain subjects, subsets of the population that are without the same rights, and we have other subsets of the population that seem to have all the rights in the world, like cops can do whatever the fuck they want to, and as long as they think they're doing right, they're perfectly fine. They're covered under qualified immunity. But yet you go out and you do something that might be illegal, but you didn't realize it was illegal. You thought you were okay. You thought it was perfectly legal. Well, guess what? Ignorance is no excuse to the law for you, my friend. So, this people need to stop letting this small minority of people dictate to you what you're going to do and when you're going to do it and how you're going to do it. They don't hold the power. And yet, for some reason, we just allow it. We allow gun control bills after gun control bills. We allow all these stupid fucking laws to get enacted and whatnot to hold you back from doing what you would. Look, if you're not hurting anybody, you're not doing anything to anybody, you haven't harmed anybody in any way, then there should be nothing anybody's got to say about what you're doing. If you're breaking into somebody's property, yes, that's a crime. If you stole something from somebody, it's a crime. But if you're taking a picture out in public, it's not a crime. If you're Driving a truck, it's not a crime. If you're just walking along in a neighborhood, it's not a crime. And I had a friend of mine that was a police officer for a long time. You would not believe how many times they got calls for service to go show up because some black guy was walking through the neighborhood. Well, so fucking what? It's not a crime. But yet, for some reason, people seem to think that they they can call the cops on anything. And if you watch enough of these damn YouTube videos, you'll realize that the cops will show up and they'll start fucking trying to ID you and fuck with you and all that stuff just because they got a call. Well, I'm sorry, but just because you got a call does not give you the right to start digging. I mean, you could dig, but you can't detain somebody. You can't ID somebody unless they're willing to give it to you, and that that's their own fault. But if they're not willing to give it to you, it's not your right to detain somebody and take and violate their rights and whatnot just because somebody said, oh, some black dude's walking down the street, or somebody's taking pictures, or somebody's walking down the road with a gun. You roll up on that and you see a guy walking down the street, he's got a holstered fucking pistol on his hip. So what? Who gives a shit? Anyway, I'm just all worked up today, and that's just my rant. I'll leave it at that. But you guys have a good day, and stay safe, and fuck the police.